Hey VVV fam, it's Lauren here with another daily WOD for April 5th. Your guys' warm-up is split into 3 segments. Each segment is going to be 90 seconds in length. The first one will consist of 5 push-up to pike. In that push-up position, your chest is touching the ground, elbows pointed behind you, and in that pike position, your chest is being pushed towards your upper thigh into 10 up-downs. You'll place your hands on the floor, jump out to a high plank. Jump your feet back to your hands, stand up nice and tall. The next 90-second interval consists of 10 bodyweight lunges, making sure your chest stays stacked on top of your hips, and 10 ground to overhead with whatever object you plan on using in today's workout. Last 90 seconds of your warm-up is going to consist of 10 shoulder to overheads with that same object, making sure you're squeezing your butt, squeezing your quads just to prevent your back from arching. Straight into 10 air squats, making sure you go below parallel or as low as possible. Part A is going to be every 90 seconds for 5 rounds of 5 deadlifts at your 75 to 80% of your 1 rep max. Make sure in those deadlifts you turn your knuckles so they're facing the floor, shoulder blades together, the insides of your elbows are facing to the wall in front of you, and that bar keeps in contact with your legs the entire way. Part B is going to be a 13-minute AMRAP. First movement will be 60 air squats. Make sure you get below parallel. You're pushing your knees out, chest high into the wall in front of you. Straight into 50 push-ups. These push-ups can either be performed on your toes or on your knees. Third movement is going to be 40 alternating dumbbell snatches. You want to make sure you're keeping that dumbbell as close as possible. You're pulling, catching it overhead, getting to full extension before you go back into that next rep. Then you'll go straight into 30 power cleans. Weight for the guys is going to be 135. Weight for the ladies is going to be 95. You want to make sure you're keeping that bar close. You snap your elbows quickly underneath and catch in that 2-inch dip. Next is going to be 21 dumbbell overhead lunges. You can do 10 on the left arm and 10 on the right, but that bicep should be right next to that ear. Weight should be stacked on top of your hips. Last movement is going to be 10 calories on the machine or any machine you have. For the limited equipment portion, Part A, every 90 seconds for 5 rounds, you guys are going to perform 10 deadlifts with your object and 10 glute bridges with your object. Part B is going to be a 13-minute AMRAP. You're going to start with 60 air squats, just like in the equipment portion. Get to full extension at the top. Try to go as low as you can. Straight into 50 push-ups. These can be done on your toes or your knees. Straight into 40 ground to overheads with your object. Just like in our warm-up, you want to keep that object as close to you as possible. Next will be 30 object power cleans. You'll start with that object on the floor. You'll pull, shrug, get up onto your toes, then drop underneath to catch it in that 2-inch dip. You'll move into 20 overhead lunges using both your arms to keep that object up and overhead. That last movement is going to be 10 burpees, pressing your chest onto the floor, jumping your feet to your hands, jumping straight up as high as possible. Of course, you do have the options to do up downs just like we did in our warm-up. That is today's WOD. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or need any modifications for any of the movements, let me or one of our coaching staff know. Without further ado, I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'll see you guys soon.